Not too bad. Music Radio, totally 70s, America's number one choice. I know, what's this guy doing on the radio, right?
Music. Totally.
Well, fact of the matter is, all my events got canceled for today, and I came home on this rainy day, and I said, what the heck, I might as well get my chops in tune and play some tunes for you. Super 70s Saturday night, here's the Starland Vocal Band.
Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight.
Afternoon delight. Afternoon delight.
Music Radio, totally 70s, America's number one choice for the best variety of music. Hello, how are you? Hope you guys are doing okay. Super 70s Saturday night officially kicks off at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Here's Paul Simon's Kodachrome on 70s.
When I think back on all the crap I learned in high school.
Music Radio, totally 70s, America's number one choice. You know, Music City, Trace, it just wouldn't be the same without your opinion on the audio. So let's take a moment out here and say hi to my good buddy Pooh Bear out there in Nashville. This guy monitors our channel, makes sure everything is working just the way it's supposed to all the time. Trace, I appreciate everything you do around here, just in case I didn't tell you that. It's 10 minutes before 8 o'clock here at Totally 70s. If you're here in the great Northeast, as I say time and time again, I find the industrial sections of Newark, New Jersey looking their best on days like today with scattered showers, a cool day, and they're saying lows around 55 for the overnight. Tomorrow, more of the same, going to be a showery, ugly day. All the weekend events that we had planned, everything that was scheduled here in the Hudson Valley has been postponed to a later date, except for so far the Fishkill Block Party, which I think is just being canceled. Yeah, sorry about that. And looking ahead to Monday, mostly cloudy. No rain in the forecast as we head back to work, but you're not surprised at that. And they're saying a high around 70 degrees. Right now in New York, under mostly cloudy skies, I'd say give or take, it's probably right around 65 degrees or so here at Totally 70s. We'll give you an update on the forecast coming up in just a little while. And, of course, Skype lines are open. The phone lines are actually down here at the studio. And we have a digital phone system here. I checked in with Fios about 4 or 5 days ago. They told me a technician was going to come over here and straighten things out. And, well, lo and behold, they didn't show up.
The 70s sound, we're totally 70s.
I know, we'll fix their butts, right?
With the best music, commercial free.
Strolling along country roads with my baby. Ooh, I hear laughter.
Oh, yes, a very big comeback for Mr. Neil Sedaka back around 1974 with Laughter in the Rain on Music Radio. That's what we're talking about. It's 7:54 in the heart of the high-rent district here in New York. If you're over on Facebook Live checking us out, thanks for joining us. Yeah, Jim Gordon, Angie, and Micro Mark. That means you guys. Here's Daryl Hall and John Oates.
Baby hair with a woman's eyes. Oh, style of wild.
On Music Radio, totally 70s. The softer side of Daryl Hall and John Oates, but I love that song a lot. I do. That's Sarah Smile at 3 minutes before 8 o'clock here on Super 70s Saturday night. Thanks for joining us. We'll open up those request lines shortly. Got some great music on the way and some classic vinyl like this one from 1979. Here's Peaches and Herb.
I was a fool to ever leave your side.
Reunited 'cause we are.
You know, every time I hear a song like that, I think this is just one of those timeless favorites that's going to be around for the rest of our lives. Gang, it's official. It is 8 o'clock. It is time to kick off the big show.
Surfing the internet.
And we certainly are. The greatest songs of the 70s, all 70s, all night, right here on America's number one choice.
More music. Totally 70s. New York. Mr. 70s on the Totally 70s Radio Network. Paul DeMarco. Super
Super 70s Saturday night. Excellent. Number 1.
Sun is shining in the sky.
Jeff Lynne and the Electric Light Orchestra and Mr. Blue Sky. We sure could use a little blue sky on this dreary night here in Gotham City, as we say. It's 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. If you're just tuning in, you've got Super 70 Saturday night. Thanks for joining us. A great night for some great music, and we've got that for you. And I even put together a weeknight spotlight if we get together, and I get a chance later on, I'll pop it on. I don't know if I'm going to do it in the 9 o'clock hour or the 10 o'clock hour yet, but we have a very special singers and songwriters weeknight spotlight put together. All those great artists that basically wrote songs about a story of some sort, and some really interesting ones. They're coming up a little bit later on here at Totally 70s. I opened up our Skype line too. That's open at Totally 70s. You can Skype me, and you can get your song on the radio if you want to, or you can check me out over on Facebook. You can pop in a request over there, over on the Vaughn Live side, or even the MyTuner side. Something you want to hear tonight? I'm the guy to talk to.
The best music on the best station. Totally 70s.
And we mustn't ignore our Facebook friends that are hanging out tonight, especially the ones that got to work. Got to say hi to my buddy Jim Gordon. Yep, he's working the shift tonight and says, hey, how about some Fog Hat? Yes, good old Fool for the City stuff from the 70s right now inside our long set. It's here on Super 70s Saturday nights.
One great song right after another, direct from vinyl and digital compact disc. This is Flashback with Mr. 70s.
Super 70s Saturday night.
Music Radio, Totally 70s, the man that can do no wrong, Mr. Gary Wright. The Dreamweaver LP and Love is Alive. There you have it right there, Music City Trace. 14 minutes after 8 o'clock here at Totally 70s. If you're over there on Vaughn Live, hello to you. And Retro Mike just signed in, a couple of others. Thanks for joining us. Jason DeRosa, long time no see. Hope you're doing okay out that way. And I will dig around and see what I can find for you. Yes, and Micro Mark, I didn't forget about you and the rest of the crew that's hanging out tonight. Welcome. It's Super 70s Saturday night. Yep.
Music Radio, Totally 70s.
And I ask myself time and time again, what would a Super 70s Saturday night be without a Mac Attack? Yes, they are back and sounding better than ever over on turntable number 2 for you and the crew. Here she is, Stevie leading the way with Fleetwood Mac on your 70s station.
Now here you go again, you say,
Music Radio, Totally 70s, America's number one choice. The number one selling LP all through the 70s, actually right into around 1982 or 1983 when Michael Jackson's Thriller knocked it out of first place. Fleetwood Mac, the Rumors album, the song Dreams, 19 minutes after 8 o'clock here at Totally 70s. Hey, if you're over there on Facebook, you know, you're on limited time because it's, just a matter of time when either it's going to break up over there or the songs are going to start getting muted because of copyrights, etc., etc. But I was nice enough to post the link right there on Facebook if you're watching very carefully at the chat. And if you want to hear the audio section of this broadcast that sounds perfectly clear with no blips, bloops, interruptions, farts, burps, or any of that other stuff, just click on that little link right there and you are golden.
Your station. Totally.
I would kid you not. 20 minutes after 8 o'clock and a Lost 45. The year was 1977. They weren't around long, but they were long enough to produce this big hit. Here's Hot on 70s.
do you think I'm such a fool to believe everything you say is true? Arms this morning, it's gonna be the devil and someone else.
Oh, yes, from the glory days of Music Radio WABC. There you have it.
The angel in your
Our Lost 45 of the hour belongs to a group known as Hot and Angel in Your Arms here at Music Radio. Haulin' ass, is that really you?
Mr. 70s. Totally 70s.
It is a pleasure to have you here at the chat room. The rest of you, thanks so much for joining us. Have we got a show for you? Inside a long set right now with Glenn Campbell.
I've been walking these streets so long, singing the same old song. I know every crack in these dirty sidewalks of Broadway, where hustle's the name of the game, and nice guys get washed away like the snow and the rain. There's been a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I'm gonna be where the lights are shining on me, like a rhinestone cowboy, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo, like a rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know, and offers coming over the phone. Well, I really don't mind the rain, and a smile can hide all the pain, but you're down when you're riding the train that's taking the long way. And I dream of the things I'll do with a subway token and a dollar tucked inside my shoe. There'll be a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I'm gonna be where the lights are shining on me, like a rhinestone cowboy, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo, rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know, and offers coming over the phone. Like a rhinestone cowboy, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo.
Music Radio, totally 70s, America's number one choice. Well, one thing for sure, Trace, from the very first time I heard that song, I absolutely loved it. So I guess I've got one on Glenn Campbell, don't I?
Totally 70s.
All right, well, maybe just a half of one, right? 26 minutes after 8 o'clock, something you want to hear tonight on 70s. Just keep posting it on Facebook in the chat room or call me on Skype and we'll get it on for you. Here's Steve Perry and Journey at 70s.
When the lights go down in the city,
Music Radio, totally 70s is America's number one choice. Just the good songs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're new in town, checking out the station for the first time, welcome to America's number one choice. Here's the Eagles.
all alone at the end of the evening, for time.
Music Radio, totally 70s, America's number one choice. Supergroup The Eagles, Take It to the Limit, 8:34 Saturday night, a rainy, ugly one. They're saying scattered showers for the overnight, lows near 55 tomorrow. Just kind of an ugly day. Maybe just want to hang around, get something done in the house you've been putting off for the last week or maybe all summer long. Showers throughout most of the day for tomorrow with highs near 62. And tomorrow night, yeah, the showers are going to taper off, but they don't really say exactly what time. And we could see lows of around 52. It's 60 degrees here in New York at totally 70s. Want to say hi to a bunch of people hanging out over on Facebook Live. Thanks for joining us. Mitch Zuck, been a long time, and glad you're digging the tunes here. Something we can do for you. Just post it in the chat room. Got to say hi to my neighbor Bernie. She's in there too. And speaking of Carly, well, it wasn't all that long ago when my buddy Jack George stopped by and said, one day you're going to thank me for this, Paul. Live from Martha's Vineyard. Here's Carly Simon's You're So Vain. It's by request, and it's exclusively here on Super 70s Saturday nights.
You walked into the party like you were walking onto a yacht. Don't you, don't you, don't you?
Music Radio, totally 70s. She sounds fantastic live in concert. Martha's Vineyard, Carly Simon, and Requestfully Yours. Bernie, thanks for joining us tonight. It's 8:39. Mr. 70 speaking to you from the heart of the high rent district here in New York. Thanks for joining us. This is Super 70s Saturday night. Want to remind everybody, Sunday afternoons are extra special here at Totally 70s. We've got Casey Kasem's American Top 40, and this weekend, Casey will be counting down the music of September the 20th, 1980. That's American Top 40, Sunday afternoons, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, right here on America's #1 choice. You've got the Totally 70s Radio Network.
That ain't no crime, 'cause if you get it wrong, you get it right next You need direction, yeah, you need a name. When you're standing at the crossroads, every highway look the same. After a while, you get to recognize the signs. So if you get it wrong, you get it right next time. Life is a liar, yeah, life is a cheat. It'll lead you on and pull the ground from underneath your feet. No use complaining, don't you worry, don't you whine. 'Cause if you get it wrong, you get it right next time. You gotta grow, you gotta learn by your mistakes. You gotta die a little every day just to try to stay awake. When you believe there's no mountain you can climb, and if you get it wrong, you get it right next time. Next time.
Music Radio, totally 70s. The year was 1979. Formerly a Steelers wheel. Jerry Rafferty, the LP Night Owl, and the song called Get It Right Next Time was actually one of the very last top 40 hits he had as we trailed out in 1979 into 1980. It's about 15 minutes before 9 o'clock. Nick Tangway's been trying to get a hold of me. Nick, are you alive? Nick?
Yes.
Hello.
Now my computer. Yeah.
Okay. Explain to me what your problem is.
That's
70s, yeah.
with that guy.
Mr. 70s.
Totally.
70s.
Don't go breaking my heart. I couldn't if I tried.
Oh, yes, it was a big number one for Elton John and Kiki D back in 1976. Don't Go Breaking My Heart on most music radio. It's totally 70s. We are America's number one choice. Super 70s Saturday nights. Yep.
Music radio.
Oh, that's us.
Non-stop music.
And I got to say hello to Mandy Andy, who's hanging out very patiently. She says, Paul, it can be your choice, but I want to hear something from the Carpenters and or maybe Barry Manilow, too. And I promise to stay up past my bedtime if you play it for me. So here you go, Mandy Andy. 1972 Solid Gold. Karen and Richard Carpenter. Here's Superstar right here on Super 70s Saturday night.
Long ago.
Music radio. Totally 70s, America's number one choice for better music here on the World Wide Web. Thank you so much for that one, Mandy. You made my night. As soon as I saw Carpenters, I thought, yeah, it's going to be one of those really cool nights here in beautiful New York, even though it's raining like hell right now. And if I step outside, I say, what an ugly evening it is. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up. We're also coming up to the top of the hour. More requests are on the way. And, of course, a weeknight spotlight coming up sometime. I guess we'll do it around 10 o'clock tonight if you remind me. And right now, music from Pablo Cruz as Super 70s Saturday night continues here at 70s.
Someone's done you wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, guys and dolls, if you observe the chat room very carefully, you will see that Randy, a.k.a. Analog Man's Keyboard, has officially freaked out. Yes. Oh, yes. All around the world, the UK, the USA, on finer computers, you've got Super 70s Saturday night right here on America's number one.
More music. Totally 70s. New York. Mr. 70s on the Totally 70s Radio Network. Paul DeMarco. Super 70s Saturday night. Excellent. Number one. Number one.
Music radio, totally 70s, America's number one choice. Now, Russ, you say you don't have Skype set up on your computer. Well, listen, now's a good excuse to go ahead and get it set up and type in Totally 70s. You'll see our name over there. Get it all hooked up and give me a call on Skype. I'd love to hear what you sound like. It's been a long time. It's 7 minutes after 9 here at the Totally 70s Radio Network. And gentleman just a little while ago wanted to hear a Lost 45. This was actually one back in 1979 when I was in high school. The LP Back to the Egg by Paul McCartney and Wings was released, and a couple of great songs from it, but they just kind of came and went, and hey, we're here to bring them back for you tonight. 1979, here's Arrow Through Me by request on 70s.
Ooh, baby, you couldn't have done a worse thing to me. If you'd have taken an arrow and run it right through me.
Well, there it is. One of the many great songs that no other radio station dares to play, and there is always a better song here at Music Radio. It's totally 70s. It's 11 minutes after 9 o'clock. Mr. 70s here for you, and hope you're enjoying your night. And don't forget those requests. We'll get to as many as possible. Right now, we reminisce from 1978 from the guys down under. Here's the Little River Band here at Totally 70s.
Friday night, it was late, I was walking you home. We got down to the gate and I was dreaming of the night. Would it turn out right? How to tell you, girl, I wanna build my world around you. Tell you that it's true. I wanna make you understand. I'm talking about a lifetime plan.
Music Radio. Totally 70s, America's number one choice. As we reminisce the year 1978, Little River Band, right here on Super 70s Saturday night. Thank you, Mark. Thanks for going over and checking out the MyTuner app and making sure we're sounding loud and proud over there as well. Thanks for joining us tonight here on Super 70s Saturday night. Well, taking a look at the weather forecast, I was hoping since maybe the last time I looked it was going to change a little bit, but nah. They're saying scattered showers for the overnight, lows around 55 tomorrow. More of the same, showers throughout the day. Well, hey, gang, it's official. Summer is over, right? They're saying a high near 62 for tomorrow, and tomorrow night more of the same with showers and thunderstorms and lows around 52. It is 57 degrees in New York here at the Totally 70s Radio Network. Requests, yes, they are a must, and coming up at 10 o'clock, all those great songs that were stories about one thing or another. It's our Singers and Storytellers Weeknight Spotlight coming your way at 10 o'clock tonight here on Totally 70s. Do stick around for that, okay?
That's 70s guy.
And to that guy, too.
Mr. 70s.
Totally.
70s.
Yeah, I would say that's probably one of the many great one-hit wonders of 75. It's Pilot.
Best music.
Totally.
As we share a magical moment. It's 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, Super 70 Saturday night, and yes, God rest in peace for Jimmy Buffett and Margaritaville at 70s.
Nibbling on sponge cake,